Hi there, it's Derek from Pacific Coast Auto here, looking at a 1992 Suzuki Cappuccino. And so this might be the most popular of all the K vehicles. As far as something sporty goes, it's an open-top convertible, has a turbocharged 660cc 64 horsepower engine, and it has pretty iconic looks. Was in the initial D anime and comic books, so some people know it from that. This one seems to be pretty stock, has been color changed to white, has aftermarket 16-inch wheels. I'd say condition is pretty good. Mileage on it is unknown because before 1993 they used 5-digit odometers, and so may have rolled over. The seller says that the mileage is authentic 60,000, but he has no proof of it. And then looking at the condition of the car, I could totally see it being 60,000 kilometers or 160. Cappuccinos can be a little bit hard to date compared to other cars, but there's no significant wear on the inside other than a rip in the seat, and a rip in the seat can happen even on a low mileage car too. So the engine, just this tiny little engine here, 3-cylinder, 660cc, and the engine vibrates more than they usually do. Now, 3-cylinder will naturally vibrate because of the way that it's set up. It's not a 4-cylinder, it's not a 6-cylinder, it's 3, and so that's pretty natural, but this one vibrates more than it otherwise should. The coolant looks fine and the oil looks fine, and the timing belt, according to this sticker, was changed at 50,400 kilometers in 2015, May 10th. Okay, for a color changed car, it's nice to see that the inside of the hood is the same color as the outside. And most likely this was a white car that was changed over to a pearl white by the looks of it. Oh, interesting. They say that it's a silver car. So does the silver originally have a white engine room? It might. Unfortunately, I don't know about that. Okay, so a quick look at the whole car. We'll do it once around and we'll check the interior in just a sec, but first off we're going to see the auction sheet here. This is the inspection from the auction. So a 1992 Cappuccino. The seller called it a TB model, but it's just a Cappuccino. There is no such thing as a TB. They're just talking about this being a turbo, but they're all turbos. Auction rate 3.5 with an interior B, 60,433 kilometers. And then there's a star here, and this star is in reference to this, and it says it's a 5-digit odometer, so the mileage is not known. Purchased from user. The seller says authentic kilometers in the 60,000s, and still has current registration up until 2019, November 10th. 5-speed manual, 16-inch SSR wheels, and they're a really nice wheel. And I think it suits the car well. Fitment is good, tire size is good. They're a little bit bigger circumference than natural, and so the odometer is going to be a slight bit off because of that. Okay, and then the timing belt sticker, he's mentioning about that. And then the report here says interior animal hair, which I didn't find any trouble with, nor smell inside. Seat is ripped. Exterior color change, so paint wavy, and it's actually pretty good. You're never going to get perfect paint from a color changed one, but I don't really see any issues with this paint. You can see the wave a bit there, but it's not going to be noticeable to most people. Okay, rear spoiler, aftermarket rear spoiler with a question mark, wheels scratched, underside surface rust, various scratches and dents. And then if you look at the body, there's really no issues on the body anywhere except for corrosion on the top, which I'll show you. Windshield rock chip, that's nothing to worry about. And then W3 on the trunk and glue marks. Okay, so I'll go and show you those as soon as I'm done the ones around here. And so I think Cappuccino is a lovely car. It's not particularly fast, but it is very quick, especially if you're going to be putting sticky tires on it and trying to go around corners quickly. This car can very much so be faster than a lot of other larger cars simply because of the low weight. It's somewhere around 380 kilograms. I don't know what that is in pounds because we're in Japan and I'm from Canada, so we don't use pounds. But yeah, good looking car. I do like that lip spoiler on the rear. And the original bumper, it's a good looking bumper. Original headlights. And let's have a look at that spoiler. I think a lip spoiler is so nice on so many different cars. And then you can see the glue marks. It's right here. So it looks like it's time to remove this spoiler. And actually the W3 that was on the auction sheet is tiny little bubbles, and you'll be able to see some of them on the surface of this. Or maybe you won't, but they are there. And the fix to that would be repainting. So at the same time, you can fix this. And you can put your cool spoiler back on. Looks like the spoiler slid back. Too much downforce maybe, because it slid onto the taillight slightly, and that's on both sides. So it looks like it was originally mounted here, and just, I guess that maybe the tape got warm, and when the tape's warm, it didn't grip as much. Okay, and so the only other problem is the corrosion. Now, there is no actual corrosion on the roof, and these are all removable roof panels. And so you can take off this one and that one in order to have a T-bar if you want, or you can take off all three, and they go into convenient little bags that we're going to be sending to you by post over there. And then this back window piece, you can either leave it up to be kind of Targa style, or it rotates down on like an axis right here and goes into the back to become a full convertible. So very cool, especially since there's not an awful lot of headroom in here. I'm 5'10", and I have an appropriate amount of headroom, except see how the roof kind of curves down this way. If I lean my head over this way, it'll hit against the top here. And so you've got to be careful getting in and out. But to some people, a car like this would only be used as a sunshine car, and so you can drive it with an open top, and you never have to worry about that. Okay, so the corrosion. There is some right here. Now, I said earlier there's no corrosion on the top. That's because all the corrosion is on this piece because it's metal. Now, these are made out of an FRP material. So there's some corrosion there. And if you look right at the seal here, you'll find a few mild ones, like right here and here. And then again here. And then again here. And it's all mild, like C2 is pretty heavy corrosion, so that's all good, but there is a heavier corrosion down here, and I think that would be appropriate for C2, and so nothing that was too shocking. And so I think price paid, you got a good cappuccino. I'm just going to take a quick little detour here because we have another cappuccino here. I just thought I'd show you two cappuccinos in one video because it's very rare to get a pearl white one, and here's another pearl white one. Surprise! That's it. Just that. Okay, so let's go into the interior here and I'll show you that. Yeah, it's so cool how small it is. When you park this next to a bigger car, wow, does it ever look very tiny. I mean, in the video it might look Miata size, but it's a good amount less large than a Miata. Okay, doors are super lightweight and have this vinyl material on them. They're in good shape. Seats are leather seats, and they are for all cappuccinos, which is very cool. They usually are not prone to wear, except this one has a rip in it. And it's not like a rip from wear. It's like a rip from somebody damaging the seat accidentally. There it is. And so this insert here is made out of a vinyl, and the outside is made out of leather. Okay. So no power steering, but with a car this light, you don't really need it. And it gives you a nice direct steering feel and cuts down on the weight. 12,000. Wow. You can kind of hear a little bit of that shaky engine coming into here. AC doesn't work. It's unfortunate, but it was tested. The cappuccino emblem on the mat here is slightly damaged, and passenger seat is in good shape. As you can see, no animal hair in here, so I don't know what they were talking about. I've sold a car once and it said that, and then it makes people, like the one I was selling was a station wagon, so it made people think that a dog was in it. Oh, and look at this, LED lamp, pink lamp inside. That's funny. Okay, that's basically it for Suzuki Cappuccino. Oh, and here's the original Japanese license plate on it. But that has to be taken off when we go to deregister the car. Okay, so there you have it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.